Now let's put the second round of piping onto the lid. So I would say we quickly do a preparation run that you're not running out of hands. Go to your biggest stitching again and just put it in. Velvet likes to travel, so make sure you go little by little. Put your fingers to push over, these fingers to hold it down. Make sure you're not pulling anything. Actually, don't pull this, because then you get a wobbly cushion. Don't pull this. Just go little by little. See, I'm just putting it down and then I hold it. And I know I need to arrive here without an arch in between. Okay? And the shorter distances you hold down, the less likely you can get an arch. And it doesn't matter where you hit here on the seam allowance of the piping. The main thing is it's lining up nicely on the edge. Here you are. See, always the same, little by little. Have your fingers pushing, have these fingers holding. So now, oh, that's handy. See, there's just a connection here. So we cut before the connection, and then we see we need to cut a little bit more. I come further up that you see it better. Here, see, we do our usual. We do the overlap of 2 centimeters. Like so. See, it just overlaps. It's actually a bit more than 2 centimeters. Then we open it up, take our work out, open it up, and then put right sides facing together, like so. And then again we sew it down. But now, don't forget, now we need to go down with the stitch. Otherwise the stitch is too big. We just need to go back down to the 3.5 millimeters. Otherwise the stitch is too big. And then you see the yellow thread. And then, because this is back velvet, we need to push a little bit, because the backing is a bit rubbery. It's not really your friend. So let me see. If we overlay that again, we need to break a bit the connection here. So, yeah. That looks nice and flat. Again, you open the seam allowance, you lay them on top of each other here, like so, and then you cut both into half, so that there is no gap. And then you close that, and then we sew it down. Let me see. And so that it still looks somehow round. Let's go for that. Again, needle down, because once the needle is down you can pull, you see. That's quite handy. I love pulling on fabric when the needle is down, because that's how you can balance a lot of things. So, and then just squish it all down. Ooh, that looks as if it's moved too much. Bit like that. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we always tidy up all our threads as long as we can still get kind of hold of them. So, and now we just need to put that lid onto our cushion, and then we are ready. So here we are. That's the lid on top of the cushion. See? Here, and we just now need to put it onto the height. So if you attach the lid onto the height, I recommend to you that you make sure that the height is underneath, so that you can really line up to the height. If you are wobbly in the height and you're a bit swerving, then you will see it immediately. And that's why it's not, that's why the height needs to lay flat down and not as the upper bit. So, and then it doesn't matter where you start, it's round. And the zip we have dealt with, so it's just a loose lid. So you can start anywhere you like. And now it's the final stitching, right? So we are at the furthest to the left. We are on a 3.5 millimeter stitch. And we go. So now obviously, if you now pull too much, the cushion won't, you will have leftover of fabric. So if that worries you a bit, we can sew a little bit, and then we can put a few pins in, or we could have put pins in straight away. I'm always forgetting these things. Let me take it out. So what happens here? See, that's our cushion here complete with a height. So what you could have done is you could have split the lid into 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put a pin in on every quarter. Okay, and then you could have taken the height and also put a pin in every quarter. And then you would have known each time you reach a pin that you are on a good track. Do you understand what I mean? Because then you go quarter by quarter by quarter. So I will just continue here now because the video is running. I will continue without the quarters, but I wanted you to know that you have that option, and then it makes it a bit more reassuring for you. So, see, I always line up to the side, and then I dig my fingernails in and see where the piping is. And if I don't pull, see, I'm not pulling, I'm just guiding. Like so. And let me see. And then I'm nearly there. I'll have a little look. So I still have got half to go, so I go a little bit more. Make sure in the connections that you are flat and open. So let's have a look. So we are nearly there now. So I'll just now check if I'm okay. So see here, if I now kind of put it in with my hands, I see that I'm just okay, but I also see that it seems that the gray lid is just maybe a little bit longer than the yellow, just from the feeling, right? So I'm not gonna now pull on the yellow, I'm gonna shove the gray a little bit more in. Meaning, when you have that sturdy, you line that up, but you line it up just a little bit loose. And that's how you get more gray onto the yellow. See, and now it's a bit better. So if I now do the rest, I should be just fine. So let's do the rest. And we know we have left the zip a bit open, so we should be fine for turning it. So. And here, last one. Oh, let's make sure we are open here. See? Put it flat. Like so. And then we are just doing the last bit. Hooray! And then you find your first run where you started and you lock your stitch. Now you are finished. So now we find the opening, which is here. We have our glider, and you know there's a lever in the zip that you need to lift the lever for the zip to run. So you do that, you open it, and then you can turn it inside out. Here you are. Right? And in the next video, I show you how to make the cover button for the middle. Right? That's your cushion done. And now we can close it from the outside. And here we are.